this fall. Please join me in welcoming Nina Garcia.
Class of 2010, I am so very honored to be invited here today. There are only a handful of signature days when the truly complex emotions that make life meaningful come together upon us all at once. The joy of sharing today with friends and family, the fright of tomorrow and the unknown, and the satisfied relief that you've completed a task you started. All of this is felt in equal measures by some or all of you at this very moment. Breathe and enjoy this moment. Today is a doorway of the most profound nature, a rite of passage that defines the person you're likely to become. 15, 20 years from today, the person you are right now sitting in your chair at this very moment may be unrecognizable to you. The person you are tomorrow may make you and your family proud, or that person could very well disappoint you. The person you become in the future years from this moment is entirely up to you. I make my living in an industry that has very little patience for anyone. One day, I may feel as though the choices in my career have been right, good, and smart. Other days, I wonder, where in the world did I go wrong? It's the nature of every life endeavor, really. But the fashion industry has a particular flair for making any slight feel as though it's the worst thing that has ever happened, and any small victory as though it's the most extravagant accomplishment since the wheel. This emotional metronome can lead to a very surreal work environment. I promise that. But this ebb and flow of fabulous and tragic has taught me three very important ideals, which I hold very dear. I got my first internship. It was at Perry Ellis. At the time, Marc Jacobs was the creative director and designer. It was 1992. It was then that he showed his landmark grunge collection. You guys know this. Flannel shirts, thermals, Doc Martens, all complete with skull caps. Many of you, ironically, may recognize this look as one you even wear today. The press went wild, but the suits that ran Perry Ellis were less than impressed. Marc was let go shortly after. I couldn't believe it. Here was what many of us thought was a genius, breaking the rules and showing something different and unexpected. That was what made his collection so remarkable, and yet some people didn't get it. Of course, we all know now, Marc soon came back with a roar with his own brand and later with his collections for Louis Vuitton, and it could be argued that his fashion voice is one of the loudest and most influential of the last 50 years. His professional life would not have unfolded the way that it did had he not understood the power of his own rebel. And he branching out against the standards that came before him. As an intern with the company, this deeply moved me. I learned later on that to be a success, one must have a little bit of a rebel in you. One must be unique and dissimilar from what everyone else thinks or expects you to be. To rebel is to hone in on who you are. Few people know how to do it in a constructive way. You must learn how. It can be terrifying. And the results may not come immediately, but they will. Remember that all of today's fashion icons were once rule breakers. But that was because they simply followed no one's rules but their own. Be yourself, be your boldest, break the rules, make some noise, Challenge us, astonish us. Be your own rebel. 20 years ago, I too once sat in your chair at this very same school with mixed emotions and doubts. Would I ever find a job? Would anybody want me? Would anybody hire me? Could I even stay in the US and work? I was here on a student visa. Did I choose the right profession? It is normal apprehension, and probably, I hate to say it, not the last time you will ask yourself these questions during your working life. This was the second important thing I learned, to believe in myself. Don't get me wrong, there was no better instruction I could have received than that which I experienced at this institution. From the second I got to the Fashion Institute of Technology, I felt right. I had finally found my peers who shared the same intensity, the same passion, the same drive, and the thirst for knowledge that I had. Fashion captures the fleeting moment of how we live and projects it onto the world. Fashion morphs and changes and explodes into the unexpected. Fashion is so very right now, so very yesterday, and so very tomorrow. You all graduate during a phenomenal moment. Think about that. It's the first decade of the 21st century. Our industry is changing, going through very rapid transitions that no one can predict. Our times are changing very quickly. There are no formulas. There are no roadmaps. It is up to you to find the answers, make the formulas, create the map. That is the most exciting and wonderful time to be in. There are no boxes today. Each of you can change the world. Each one of you can create your own dream. Each of you must connect to the future right now. Your generation can graduate and not be tied to any idea that has come before you. I urge you to take this moment in our history and do good with it. Be good to you. Rebel, believe, and create. And if you do, that person you are in 15, 20 years from now will be someone you will want to know, someone you will be proud of, someone who has made great use of who they are. If you're fearless, that person can be you. So congratulations. Congratulations to you and the Fashion Institute of Technology for having prepared you well. Today, we celebrate your big accomplishments and also your bright future. Thank you.